Kusasi for any man pieces one. Omo problem. President Kufuano, we need NPP vote Kusasi. We need NPP vote Roma proceed. President Kufuano, we need NPP vote Kusasi. And we need NPP vote Roma proceed. And this answers of
as we prepare to go into the primaries, I am very, very concerned and troubled that some of our presidential aspirants have embarked on a religious and tribal bigotry and propaganda against me in a desperate attempt to win votes. They totally ignore all the data and findings about why we lost the 2024 elections and want to mislead the delegates and the party with such propaganda.
My Ghana Media TV so any but more than subscribe to our channel. Na abushia for osunu kokuru kwa manyoko no sisi am no kase no eja etua to den said omu nyina gu ahobwa so epedo betu frank ade ama amanyoko no afem pembienu ene aduonu enwotwe abato ni mo no ene nipa dodo na atwe omuti akokodamfo na owura Bryan Acheampong abetifi abato mpesu asomra sebedwani no wono so egina okon no emu na ne campaign a oguso a wo ye no emu ono na wo kire se 2024 denti a osono no entimi ni nkunimu no ne nyina ne se nipomudi no edi amanyoko nanimo no Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia yamne nukure ni na okọ no akasa ne kuromu atifido mamprusi hono na wo kire se mentimi wase ama no homeso no ne nyina aka ho bi na ama wantimi ani nkunimu entini nsusuye mu ono ogidi ese ono Bryan Acheampong na omudi no edi amanyoko nani mo betime di nkunim ede ama wo mo
Kusasi for any man pieces one. Omo problem. President Kufuano, we need NPP vote Kusasi. We need NPP vote Roma proceed. President Kufuano, we need NPP vote Kusasi. And we need NPP vote Roma proceed. And this answer is a quality for me. I am a Faba and Yapa. And in 2024, apart from a corner, a free OT, Edico upper east, upper west, and northern, upper western region. The Lucy is a woman. It's a only power. And if you are a victim of circumstances, it's not your fault. I may not know anything. But we cannot wait. This situation, we and I have on him, solve in 2028. But the suspicion will not go away. And NPP will not be held ransom and stay in the opposition because of this matter. And that is a fact. We are in this business to win power. And here emotional and here personalities. I'll give you examples. We are here to win power. Tuning the end of it. And the NDC always shows us the way. There's no emotions. Sometimes we get carried away with emotions when we have to do the politics. I would have contested power. So by election, you can't say that the papa. And you can't point out fast one. But by election, you go and be there. And we are a political party. Until you say, you have got Kamalinu Krano, they are contesting how I 2028, that is what we want to do. Akunyano abeto holiday. And only 187, 183 or parliament. Now where now we will go a woman or even 2028.
Na owura Bryan Acheampong no see ye no Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia so akopie mu e New York osono amanyoko NPP o ma divinsia no aduasa miensa ho afa hye eguso ekoso no e na okopie mu e dwabo bi ase na ne nsema wodo de to dwa no so kire mu se owura Bryan Acheampong nyame no kweli wa modidi de ba tutumi se eye respond e na ono so de eba o kire se won mo amanyoko no mo petumi na o ma hye da haha o mani na omo pese omo fa eye kwan bia so de esom ene abusuakuo ensem ede to omo tekere maso de pritumi no nya de se beboa omo nyai sanse se omo koso aye saa wanhwa na 2028 no sebio afani nyina na akwakobo wo mo entina wo se omo ye de ebe ya ede nkabom ebeba.
As we prepare to go into the primaries, I am very, very concerned and troubled that some of our presidential aspirants have embarked on a religious and tribal bigotry and propaganda against me in a desperate attempt to win votes. They totally ignore all the data and findings about why we lost the 2024 elections and want to mislead the delegates and the party with such propaganda. The one such issue that has come up, and I think it's important for all of us to know, is the Mamprosi-Kusasi conflict. An aspirant has said that delegates should not vote for me because I am a Mamprosi man, and that we will lose votes in the Kusasi areas and other areas. This is very unfortunate and demonstrates a complete lack of understanding of the situation on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, since 1965, there have been 11 elections in Ghana. Since 1965. And the performance of the NPP in the our tradition, in the 6 Moku zone seats, there are 6 seats in the Moku zone. If you look at it, the performance is as follows. In 1965, our tradition had 0 seats. At that time, I was only 2 years old. I had nothing to do with it. In 1969, we had 2 seats. In 1979, under Victor's leadership, we had 0 seats. In 1996, we had 0 seats in that area. In 2000, we had 1 seat. In 2004, under President Ford, we had 0 seats. 2008, we had 1 seat. 2012, under President Akufo-Addo, we had 0 seats. 2016, we had 2 seats. 2020, we had 1 seat. And 2024, we went back to 0 seats. What all the data is saying is that out of the 6 seats in the NPP, out of the 6 seats, the 11 elections, NPP has 0 in 6 of the 11 elections. So this is not an area that is a stronghold of the NPP. In fact, if you took the whole Boku zone, the 6 constituencies put together, we lost just 30,000 votes in 2024. So you can't look, it is not the Boko election that made us lose 2024. And we need to be very clear about that the data shows that the Boko factor was not a factor in the outcome of the 2024 elections, and we should stop moving in that direction. Another piece of propaganda people have been pushing, and it's very important, is a religious propaganda that because I was a Muslim, and that's why we didn't win. That is also not supported by the data. I'm a data person, so I always go and look at the data. And if in fact that was the case, you would see that NPP presidential and parliamentary candidates, if in fact people were voting according to religion, in most of the constituencies, the Christian parliamentary candidate should have been doing better than me, isn't it? But that was not really the case. In most of our strongholds, I was doing better in many constituencies than our parliamentary candidates. If you see in places like Efigia Secretary East, in Ashanti, Acheampong Central, Acheampong North, Acheampong Meja, Bekwai, Kwada, Soma, Pong, Manshia North, Manshia South, Mansun Edubia, Mansun Kwantan, Shayasun Sutra, Kwamambe Koso, Huasi East, Huasi West, Ofensu South, and then Centuria Pram Place. This is just essentially Ashanti. I did better than all the Christian parliamentary candidates in all these constituencies. So it doesn't show. My favorite example is Asen South. Asen South, my good friend Reverend in Team Forgio was the candidate. He's a reverend, but I beat him in his constituency. So that cannot be the case, that it was because